Why, hello there everyone. I'm Laxow, aka the Kumo Sensei. Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. No jone shado. And today we're going to be talking about a loss in our collection, and it's this tarantula that you're seeing right here. This is my Crassicrus species Guerrero, also known as the Mexican tan flare tarantula, and sadly this one has passed. And it's pretty obvious, as you can see, this one had a pretty bad molt. It molted right side up, and which it got stuck and it couldn't molt out and it passed. Now typically when a tarantula starts molting, you do not want to disturb it. Whether it's molting right side up or not, you only want to get involved if it starts going wrong. And the sad part is that I was not home when it was molting. It was in pre-molt before I left to work, but when I got back from work, it wasn't responsive at all. And to be honest, my other one has passed as well, my other specimen of the species. So now I'm pretty certain there's not any left in the United States as of now. Maybe in the future there'll be more, but this was pretty much a dead-end breeding project that I had a very long time ago, which I gave up on it and literally just took the species in as a pet only, because finding a male or finding any more of the species here in the United States was impossible. And people tried to scam me by selling Crassicrus lamini as Crassicrus species Guerrero, which I wasn't buying into it. So it is a bit saddening to see this one go, but let us hope in the future there'll be more in the hobby. And now, let us continue on. And this one here is the Chilobrachys natanicharum, also formerly known as the Chilobrachys species electric blue, the Thailand electric blue tarantula, and this specimen here is actually a very old female. And the reason why I'm showing you this specimen here on video today is because this specimen here is getting old, and it's starting to show. And I don't know exactly how much longer she'll have left, but it's not long. So this female stopped eating for a while now. She's getting more sluggish, more slow, and she's 6.5 inches in leg span, so she's actually a pretty large adult female. So over the course of this year, you may notice a bit more passings in my collection, and allow me to explain why. So I've actually downsized my collection as stated in previous videos, and the ones I've kept were mostly my old adult females that I keep as pets only. And the thing about me is that I do not sell away my pet only tarantulas, and I do not sell away old specimens. And the reason why is because old specimens, to me, I don't want people getting a tarantula that's not going to live long. So usually when it comes to my very old or very mature females, those I just keep those as pets only. I do not breed those at all. So a lot of the specimens I currently have that I didn't sell away are mostly just my pet only tarantulas, or females that I'm going to breed, or females that are too old to breed, or males in some cases as well, such as this male right here. So this male right here is actually a Avicularia Morphtype 1, also known as the common pink toe tarantula, and this guy actually matured out. So it took about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years for him to mature out. And to me, he's not that big. He's about 4.5 inches in leg span. But the good news is that I'm actually gifting this male away to an aspiring tarantula breeder that is going to put this guy into use. So this guy here does have a lady in waiting for him. So let's wish this guy the best. So by the time you're seeing this video, this male here is pretty much going to be gifted away already to the aspiring tarantula breeder. And as stated guys, I do help out smaller tarantula breeders or people who are wanting to become tarantula breeders. I do like to give tips and a bit of heads up, but I don't really teach everybody everything because that's a lot to teach, and I'm actually saving that for a future apprentice, once the time comes that is. But if you have very specific questions regarding tarantula breeding, I highly suggest sending those type of questions through my business email, which is linked down below in the description. So by all means, feel free to ask questions that are very specific. And don't worry guys, I don't bite, I don't kick hairs, I'm just a regular guy. Well, I'm an experienced tarantula breeder, that is. And I have been doing this for a while now. I have been uploading now for 5 years on YouTube. Isn't that just crazy? It feels like yesterday, but let us not get sidetracked. But anyhow though, let us move on to this female here. So this is our Poecilotheria striata, also known as the Mysore ornamental tarantula, and this is actually one of my 7 females I have currently, and she did lay an egg sac, but I wasn't certain if this egg sac was a phantom egg sac, which is a synonym for infertile egg sac, or if this sac was fertile. So I'm going to pull this egg sac because this female has abandoned it, which tells me that this egg sac is most likely infertile. So when it comes to this female that you're seeing right here, I did not know exactly when she laid this egg sac, so I'm pulling this egg sac at about 15 days since I spotted, and allow me to explain why I wasn't paying attention to this female. So this was one of those females that I actually lost the records to when it comes to the growth, dates, molting, breeding, etc. And for those people, which a lot of you are new viewers, a few videos back, or some videos back, I stated that when I was transferring files of my tarantula records from my old computer to my new computer, some of them were gone, which I lost it somehow, and this tarantula was in one of those records that I lost. But anyhow though, I did pull out this egg sac that was abandoned, and I did open it, and the egg seems infertile to me. Now, in my expert opinion, as a tarantula breeder, and someone who has done a lot of tarantula breedings at this point, this egg sac to me looks infertile, but I had another eye come in, aka another expert, and they claimed that it's possibly fertile, but we don't really know. We kind of, okay, here's the thing, we kind of bickered back and forth about who's right and who's wrong. And believe it or not, these are the type of tarantula breeders that I like, because they're not a bunch of yes man. But anyhow though, allow me to give you my personal thoughts on why I think these eggs are infertile. So I actually candled these eggs, and they don't have any embryos at all. Like, they're pretty much translucent. Now it could be that they're still developing because I pulled it at 15 days after I spot this egg sac, after it was abandoned for a couple of days. And I also want to say that some of these eggs begin drying out, so they were sticking onto one another, and they are starting to go brown. So I didn't really keep any of those eggs, because any eggs that start showing signs of browning means that those eggs are dead and deteriorating, so you don't want to keep those eggs, so you really want to take those eggs out. But anything that's yellow or anything that's cream colored, those you do want to keep. And as you can see, some of these eggs are stuck to one another and stuck onto the egg sac, and they're starting to go brown, so I'm not going to keep any of those eggs, but I will try to salvage any eggs that seems good or any eggs that has hope of becoming fertile. But then again though, I did candle all of these eggs, and to me they seem infertile, but let us wait and see if these eggs do develop or not. I hope they do though, but it doesn't seem likely. But let us hope these eggs are fertile, and I'm praying, I'm wrong. But I'll update on these eggs if they are fertile, and if not, then I'll just make a statement later that I threw these eggs out because they were starting to rot. But let us wait and see. And I know this video might seem a bit saddening because of, you know, lost, old age, mature males, infertile egg sacs, but I promise you the rest of the year is going to get better because we're just getting started. But without further ado everyone, I guess I'll call this a video for today. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to stick around. I upload every single Tuesday and Friday here on the channel. And also support me on my Patreon and on IG, my social medias. And with that, stay lax and Laxow out from the Kumo Sensei.